Insert pithy line here that leads into the ad read.
This episode is brought to you by our patron supporters. Today's patron of the day is Metallic Almonds. Patrons get the show always ad-free and access to the extended bonus episodes. If you don't want to miss all of that, go to patreon.com/calltheline. That's patreon.com/calltheline.
And you don't want to miss all of that because also, if you're on the $15 or above tier, you get access to the monthly LineCon Online Live, which we just had the first one of and went off amazingly well. People had a really good time. It ended up like being awesome. Now, Alyssa said she was going to be there because she was especially interested in one of the talks. You know who didn't show up? Alyssa.
Me. I know.
Like, can I watch it on replay? You can. Patrons can.
That's what I'm going to do.
Let's make this stuff. Where's the button? Welcome, everybody. This is The Line is a Podcast. It is Tuesday, August 19th, 2025. I'm Jimmy Snow.
I'm Alyssa Ljub.
And I'm Adalind Gray.
And if you recognize Adalind Gray already immediately, we know what you were doing today. We know what you're up to. We know what's going on.
It's because of my music career.
Exactly. Listening to her rock star music. Supporting her rock star future.
Look, we invited on. I invited you on because you're a filthy leftist like me. You're like a dirtbag leftist. That's what I like it. I like it. But Adeline, before we get started, and then I have questions that I think everybody are going to want to know the answer to. What do you want to introduce yourself to our audience a little bit?
Yeah. Well, hi, my name is Adalind Gray. I primarily do OnlyFans, but I do other degrees of sex work as well. And I also have big dreams to become a world famous rock star someday. So working towards that. But yeah, I sing and play guitar in my band, which is called Lies for Attention. And I'm big chillin' up here in Vegas. So
big chillin'.
Back in the day, I know it was a lot of people's goals to be in like specific publications or work with specific studios. Is that still the case? And if so, who's like the big, like what the equivalent in the 90s would have been like doing Playboy? Like that's like the pinnacle, or Hustler or something like that. Which the more you learn about what was going on back there in the 90s, the more you're like, we shouldn't have made that the pinnacle. Anyway, what's the pinnacle today?
I would say there's kind of similar things like that where it's like, like to the point where I don't even want to name the company. But there is one company that comes to mind where it's like, oh yeah, if you get in with these guys, like you're a star, but actually like they don't pay any better than any other company. They don't treat you very better. Like I've never worked for them personally, but I've heard some stuff. So,
I think I know which one you're talking about, and I do like that a lot of. If it's who I'm thinking of, first of all,
the one that is like a name for a fox.
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
That's not a thing I am aware of, but you could send it to me in Discord. If it's the one I'm thinking about, I do like that some of the people who I understand didn't get like fair contracts from them now have like some of the biggest OnlyFans, and so it's almost like jokes on you guys. We've cut you out and we're now making money off of this shit that you don't get a piece of, which is why obviously a lot of independent sex work has come out there. I mean, our pinnacle here at the Line, and I think Alyssa has done some promos for them, but we really like it's called Cheeks, right?
Oh yeah, we love Cheeks. Cheeks is a platform. They make like ethical porn. So it's like diverse bodies. Everyone's paid appropriately, that sort of thing. It's like, I feel like not the only, but it's like if you're gonna look for adult content, pay the creator individually, like OnlyFans, like where it's direct to the creators you like. I shouldn't be saying this. You should be explaining. But Cheeks is a really great option too. They also have parts of it that are like educational, like purely educational, which is interesting. But like it's weird because after I watched Cheeks videos for like I've had a Cheeks subscription for 3 years, and now if I try to go to like the hub, I'm like, I don't think so.
It's too deep.
I don't think so.
The algorithmic difference is
like it's just so like it feels like the difference between like having a balanced, this is so stupid and corny, but having like a balanced cocktail that was like $18 at like a really nice place and having like a shot of vodka. Like it's like, it feels like a cold water on your head when you go to Pornhub. I'm like, oh my God. Like,
do you feel like Cheeks now is like YouTube? Is it like Cheeks is now YouTube to you and the hub looks like Rumble?
What's Rumble?
Rumble's it's like the conservative YouTube. It's where like when those like assholes get banned for doing something crazy, they're like, well, please follow me over on Rumble. Oh gosh.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, because there are some people
Crowder's
who
backup
put
plan.
content on Pornhub who are like creators elsewhere, and they know people are going to look there, and so it makes sense to like.
There are people I like on Twitter. They're still posting to a Nazi platform.
Right.
You know?
It's the homepage on Pornhub that is that's what it feels like getting a brick thrown at your fucking head. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah,
I feel that. I mean, I mostly like animated stuff anyway, so.
Hell yeah.
Wait, Addie, I just watched hentai for the first time ever in my life, like 2 weeks ago. And I was like,
guys, try it. Just try it.
Severely missing out. And if you have not watched it and you're listening to this, watch it. Give it a try.
Give it a shot.
There's some really good stuff and some really messed up stuff, and sometimes there's some really good messed up stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and sometimes you have to be vigilant. You'd be like, oh, this is a cool thing. And then something comes up and you're like, I've got to switch episodes.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're like, I'm pretty sure that that character they're going to introduce is about to undress. And I feel that they are very loosely pretending they drew them as 18. So I'm just going to leave. Yeah. So you got to be careful. It's a little bit more of a vigilant experience. There's not a Cheeks of hentai yet.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
But like, I've met those like 3D animations.
Oh.
Okay. That's also something that
I have to ask. Adalind, are you a furry?
Yeah.
Ooh, how did I not know that? Look, I mean, you've got the ears, you got the teeth. Of course you are.
Yeah, I like, my furry awakening was actually an anime, Monster Musume.
Never heard of
it. I mean, people cringe at it. The manga is way better because the anime is just, look, I'm gonna justify a horny anime. It's not a hentai, but they show a lot of boobs, and it's basically... The anime is basically just all of these monster girls want to fuck the main character, but the manga uses it more, the sex is more, well, they never actually have sex, but the sexual humor, and it's actually like a really wholesome story about like love and acceptance. We
love wholesome boobies.
Yeah, but
when I was a teen, I got into like a lot of the horny animated stuff, and then one day I found what I felt like was made for me. It was a series called Sekirei. Have you seen it?
I've heard of it. I don't know what it is.
17-year-old me, I think, was over the moon for it. It was basically what if it was Pokemon, but instead of them being Pokemon, they were women with ginormous boobs.
Ooh, that sounds awesome.
But with Pokemon power, it's like they can shoot the lightning. They can, and you battle them. You got to collect them all.
Right.
It was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. Yeah. There's some. Anyway, there are people out there right now who are listening who are like, what does this have to do? We usually cover news and current events. We think it has a lot to do with it because after we're done introducing you a little bit more to Adalind, we will then be pivoting to how we're already getting fucked by Donald Trump. And so everything's about getting fucked today. It's just your poison, your flavor, whatever. Okay. I have one question that I'm very, very curious about. And either audience will be split. They'll either think it's completely boring and they don't care, in which case you can move forward, or they'll agree that this is something we all wonder. How does one correctly light a stuck in the dryer porn scene? How do you make sure that you're lit up when the camera moves to, because there are some ones that I feel like aren't shot as, they don't use a camera in the dryer. It's just all from outside. And I'm like, lazy. This is lazy production. Lazy.
So I recently shot this scene with Brent and Q. It was just like an independent thing. It wasn't with a company or anything. And I was chatting with him, and I was like, "Hey, I've never done a sex scene before. That's like a porn classic. Like, I think it would be really fun and funny." And he was like, "Yeah, I'm down." So yeah, I ended up I showed up to his house, and we were getting it figured out. And I'm like, would it be cool if I used my phone as like a face cam like in there? Because otherwise, like, it's still hot to just see my ass, but like they're gonna want to see my face. Like, I'm gonna want to see my face. I put makeup on, so
Yeah.
So I stuck my phone in there. There were some clothes in there, so I could actually like set it down. And I'm like, man, it's so dark in here. So I was like, Brendan, do you have like a flashlight or something? And he was like, well, I have this like lantern, like this LED camping lantern, and I just threw it in there, and it worked really well. I got the job done.
Sure. I saw the still from it that you posted to Instagram, and I was literally just thinking about, I wonder how this was lit. Basically, what I want to make sure is out there in the world is if you need production advice, I don't need to see the porn, but if anyone needs production advice for lighting their porn, I'd be happy to consult on it. The first 5 people I will consult for free. Okay. I feel like that's an industry that would really benefit from my production eye. But here I am having to do news and dirtbag leftist news and all sort of things.
Dirtbag leftist news.
I'm just a leftist dirtbag baby. What's living rent free on your all's minds this week? Y'all got anything? I can start if you want.
You know, my hormones are firing off like crazy right now, so I'm filled with a white hot rage. And truly, I need to not be on the internet, I think, at all today. Like, it's feeling very like, don't piss me off. Oh, did I freeze?
Yeah. Just for a moment, but it probably recorded better. We'll find out.
Okay.
Audio is fine.
Anyway.
I feel like people listening even must have gone like, we know what Alyssa and Jimmy's rapport is like. And the fact that Jimmy didn't say at the end of her thing about my hormones are going crazy, something along the lines of like, yeah, I have that effect on people, means she's serious right now. And he is like...
serious. Like, God help my boyfriend today who has to be around me, because it's going to be a day. I just feel it in my bones. I feel it in my uterus, if you will. And you know what? Honestly, people already pissed me off today. Oh my God. You know what I saw today? This has actually been living rent free in my head all day. I saw a woman on Instagram who was having a hysterical pregnancy, which is not a real pregnancy. It's like a psychosomatic situation where her body looks pregnant, but there is no baby in there. Oh my God. She took multiple, it's crazy. She took multiple pregnancy tests and they are negative. She will not go for an ultrasound, I think, because I think on some level she knows, but she is, so it's like this hysterical pregnancy paired with spiritual psychosis. And she's on Instagram like, people won't believe that this is a gift from God, but they'll believe when this baby is born in like a week. So now I feel very invested in keeping up with her because I need to know what happens. I hope also that she's getting like some sort of support, because what a mess. And I feel very bad for her. But it's crazy how it's like the pairing of the two, of the spiritual stuff and also this hysterical pregnancy. And she's just like, she won't go see a doctor, but she's sure that she's going to give birth to a real human baby. It's just crazy.
Yeah, these are the people who like usually I would just feel sorry for.
Yeah.
But we're like making them famous and letting like, it's like, look, I've spent far too long like on the bad parts of not TikTok, but the Reddits that cover the TikToks where you're like, oh, cool. It's trendy to pretend to have certain conditions now too. And there's actually been people who've gone out. At first, there was a lot of like questioning whether people have these conditions is fucked up. Then it became oversaturated and stats of people suddenly having like spontaneous Tourette's or DID just like skyrocketed. And it's just a really bleak and dark place now where you're like, I can't do it. Right. I can't handle this stuff where it's like so many people with so many problems we really need to help. are having their conditions. I don't even like the way, as an autistic person, and I won't even challenge whether these people actually have autism or not, but the way they are like caricaturizing autism, like autism is when you need a blanket to rub your face on, is very frustrating and very like, I'm not enjoying the caricatures of our conditions that are becoming popular understandings.
Yeah. I mean, this woman like fully looks pregnant. She looks pregnant and she looks like 30
So she's
weeks
going through
pregnant.
something actually probably like hormonal and
it's
obviously psychological.
Hysterical pregnancy. It's a thing that can happen to people, but you know,
that is so scary because like I got my tubes tied because I am like, that's my biggest fear in the world is to get pregnant. All right, yeah. I have them in a little vial, but I'm not gonna grab them right now.
That's so rad though.
Thanks, they let me keep it. But yeah, so like just the idea that like I
We
thought
should
it was
preserve
safe.
them in a resin.
Yeah.
Like the resin that you drink.
No, that's not a preservative type of resin. That's completely different. That's but like those
resin.
like a hard resin that'll like that'd be
No,
cool.
I have them in a vial of formalin, but
okay, yeah.
But that's like my biggest fear in the world. I'm so thankful that I found a doctor to do that when I was 20 years old. But just thinking that my body can still do some fuck shit, like
right.
I know. I'm glad it can't happen to me. Maybe, probably. I don't know what I got going on down there. Anyway, for the pedantic person in the comment mentions, while there are no bones in the uterus is supported by several bones, including your coccyx, that's not how you say it. How do you say it? Coccyx? No, coccyx is right.
I think that's right.
I'm bad with certain words. Your sacrum.
That's a tailbone.
Yeah. Your sacrum, your pubis is going to be a part of it too. And I imagine your ilium. It's been a long time. I was once upon a time on a career track to become a gynecologist. Fun little fact there. I know a lot. And now I'm sitting there going like, hey guys, unless you really trust the person, it's probably, girls, you don't need to go to gynecologists. It is weird. It's a little weird. It's a little, I think guys make great baby deliverers, but I understand women being hesitant. I'm not saying male gynecologists are all abusive.
Yeah.
But the hesitancy because of the stories out there, fully understand that.
Yeah.
And can I show you what this woman looks like?
I wouldn't go to a woman about my balls because I did it once and I realized she didn't understand the stakes. She didn't understand how much they meant to me.
She was like, grow up.
Yeah. It was very like the thought of when we were evaluating this thing that was going on, it seemed to not matter to her at all whether or not we put in whatever efforts we could to maintain them. Now it turned out to be benign, but I want someone to take my balls as seriously as me. Yeah.
Right. Sounds negligent and also sounds like the experience that women have at the doctors all the time.
I knew I was testing for a lump and it was a significant lump. So we were talking about what it could be because I was going through everything. And I'm just saying she didn't seem to think it would matter if I lost my balls.
Yeah, are you sure it just wasn't anxiety?
Right. Your hormones were just spiking at that time.
No, it was. I was way too emotional.
It probably was just your time of the month.
Yeah.
My time of the month is all month. I'm hormonal.
Wait, I need to show you how pregnant she looks.
Oh my goodness.
She legitimately, she looks pregnant, but it's not right. Like
I just don't know the way to responsibly interact with this. Do you know what I mean? Where I'm like,
100%, because I feel bad for her. I really do. But this is,
I assume, a big moment happening, right?
Yeah, it's like when your bestie arrives to be here for the birth, postpartum meal prep, like, oh my God, I feel so bad for when she's actually going to like.
And how do we know that she isn't pregnant?
She like tells her whole story and she took several pregnancy tests and all of them were negative. And she also like looked pregnant really early in all of it, which is not really how that works.
Dang. Like, I'm so worried about how to responsibly do it. I haven't even made a joke like, what if she just really needs to poop or anything like that? Like, I'm being responsible right now.
I hope she comes out on the other side and is okay. But it just
I
came
think
up
it would
in
be
my
great if this turned into an
Instagram.
education moment. Instead, I think she's going to get publicly like humiliated and shamed when she never delivers. And that kind of makes me sad for her.
Yeah, for sure.
It kind of reminds me of like, have you seen the girl who is in love with her psychiatrist?
Yes.
No, I've been reading about people who are in love with ChatGPT reads. And they've been telling us about the psychiatrist.
Yeah, so basically, I feel so bad for her because it's kind of just like what we were just talking about, how the internet is just gonna dig into her when she's going through a really severe like mental health moment. But she she developed feelings for her psychiatrist, and she was basically like having delusions about how he was returning the feelings to her when
I see.
Everything that she shows is just him being professional and like.
So is she like trying to cancel him because he's not?
Kind of, because she's arguing that he groomed her and whatnot, and was like inappropriate by extending their time together. But then eventually, like she argues that he should have dropped her sooner. But the discourse is that like it could have been damaging to her to just drop her care with somebody who knows her situation. So he probably wanted to like help her through this episode, but then it got unsafe for him. Yeah. So yeah, it's really unfortunate.
I think this is what like even the stuff I was trying to delicately dance around before comes down to. I'm really sad about how the internet is so ready to platform in both good ways and bad ways people who experience terrible delusions about themselves, their states, what their mindset is, what's going on in their world. And so that's a scenario where it's like that should not be playing out in the public court of public opinion. But like it was even her instinct to bring it to the court of public opinion. It was it's presumably this pregnant woman, this not pregnant woman's instinct. The not pregnant woman is thinking it's a testimony
of God and faith and whatever. And is her name Kendra, the woman who's in love with her psychiatrist? Be a virgin birth?
Does she not?
I don't remember her name, to be honest.
I don't think we need the name.
Yeah, the woman who's in love with her psychiatrist. Like Addie said, it's like every time she would tell a little bit more of the story, she would, and like it's like 30 parts. Like it's a lot of parts on top of, so she's just putting a lot out there. But every time she would tell these moments where she's like, and this is where he really confirmed, this is where he like really turned up the heat. And then she'll like explain what she was perceiving as him like flirting with her. And it like very clearly is not that. And she like blew everything out of proportion. And then there are people who have said to her in the comments who are like, something is happening to you psychologically and like we're worried and we need you to like get off the internet, figure it out. And she'll then respond and say like, I have a new psychiatrist, I have a new psychologist, and they've all told me that I'm not like, I don't have anything, I just have ADHD and blah, 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 like all this stuff. Anyway.
And then
I don't know that you have to be fully diagnosed to be. I think there are human levels of delusion. I mean, this one sounds deeper than that, but also diagnosis isn't quick for a lot of things. So when it's like, we're not going to throw schizophrenia out on the first meeting or whatever.
Right.
I think the development was that now she's in love with ChatGPT because it was calling her the Oracle. But then ChatGPT got that update where it can't do that anymore. And I haven't followed the story since. But I hope she gets what she needs.
ChatGPT then brought back because so many people complained about losing what I think was 4.0 that they had. They loved. So there's a 60-day period where you can revert back to that version because so many people liked it better. And now they're trying to make 5 warmer, but less crazy. Because ChatGPT 5 was like if you made a TikTok algorithm that was perfectly built to like soup you up all the time, how it would talk to you to just constantly be in a state of like, if you asked a question, it didn't just tell you it was like a good question before. It would be like, especially based on how you had interacted before, it'd be like, no one asks better questions than you. This is really like, what an obtuse, which is funny because in early ChatGPT 3.5 days, sometimes I would be like, yo, could you sometimes tell me if the question isn't dumb? Could you be like, good question? Because sometimes I feel like you think a really advanced question is stupid. I felt like I was being condescended to, and now it's just gone way overboard. It was like, I think people heard those notes from 3 of like, yeah, but if I'm asking it like statistical questions, it still talks down to me like I'm dumb. And they're like, all right, let's fix that. They overdid it with 4. People think they've fallen in love. You can read these people who are engaged with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's funny because obviously we've talked a lot about different things. What's really annoying is people still talking about my take in comments on the usefulness of ChatGPT and its future with AI chatbots and its future with mental health tool, especially in a world where most people don't have mental health access. And most of the replies still seem to be people who are like using the old, like what these chatbots used to be like. And just saying like stuff that's just straight up like, yes, the originals were just guessing. If you think that they're just guessing the next words to say now and that they don't have resources by which to actually make sure, in fact, the AI I like the most is called Perplexity because it sources every answer it gives you, and usually multiple sources.
Oh, that
and
is
you can
good.
literally click the source. Yeah. So the like people have this like, they've heard the way people criticized it early on, and it's kind of like watching how it develops as a coder. It was really bad at coding at first, and you could easily articulate why it was bad at coding. And now Claude is extremely good at coding. Like, we are within a year of putting a lot of people out of business because Claude will be able to handle most entry-level coding positions. And so people just don't even understand the rate at which the stuff. And so it's not surprising that people are already getting fake human interactions with them. And these are clearly the unhealthy ways to interact with them. And unfortunately, your people's feelings of AI aside, the solution will be other AIs. It won't be... There's no prohibition on AI coming. It's impossible. You couldn't get the whole world to agree on it. And it will be the development of AI tools that ultimately regulates it. Anyway, boy, we went a million different places there.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think, the ethics behind AI is being talked a lot about, but I know there's also like an environmental impact. Because of like the water that it takes to keep the computers cool and like the limited amount of drinking water that's actually available. But I don't know a ton of details about it.
And I know those are things being worked on and stuff, but again, we can be upset about it and go, the only solution is to get rid of them, or we can be realistic and recognize that that's never going to happen. And so we're going to have to figure out.
There should be a different way to cool it. Like, I don't know, I had this argument with my friend, not an argument, it was a discussion, where it's like, it's just, the reality is that, like, using oil is just currently, like, cheaper than a lot of renewable sources typically, but, like, there maybe should just be more research put in on how to make renewable stuff more efficient. I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
That stuff is happening, but at the same time, the reason why I'm like, guys, you guys have to be putting pressure at the places where changes could actually happen, because these billionaires, the ones that you're trying to compel, they're building bunkers for the apocalypse. They seem like fully... How big is the Hawaii meta bunker gotten now? God. Like ginormous.
I forgot about that.
They're sitting there going like, yeah, we know that these big models are. People also don't understand when that consumption is. Using ChatGPT itself isn't the thing that's super energy consumptive. Consumptive? Is that the right word? Consumes a ton of energy. It is the training in advance, the amount that the training takes. And so those would be the points of regulation, but also understanding that whatever we don't do in the Western world, the Eastern world will do and not give a fuck. And we can't afford for China, for example, to have the most advanced AI models in the world that could potentially be. Unfortunately, the whole world has to advance at roughly the same rate. Otherwise, you get, a lot of the shit we already have, but it gets worse. It's like everything just gets terrible and stays terrible. And
have you ever wanted to live in an apocalypse movie?
No. Oh. I have to take so many medicines.
I feel like we do.
And it's 74 degrees in my house right now, and it is too hot. because my AC can't take it down. I'm like, I couldn't live in an apocalypse. I'd have to go move up to like, I'm such a heat sensitive boy. I'd have to go move up to like the Arctic just to be like cool enough all year long.
I learned literally a week ago that Wellbutrin makes you can make you like not as tolerant to heat. Why did no one tell me that, as they are prescribing me Wellbutrin in the summer?
I don't know.
That feels like something that should have been disclosed. I just learned that.
I didn't know that either. But I know a lot of medications can. And I know when I was overweight, I was way more sensitive. We're going to hit an ad break real quick. I had a funny question as we went to ad break, but I forgot it.
Okay.
I even have a notebook here to write down things, and I didn't. I could have been like,
ooh, is that one of those notebooks that like...
Yeah, like it's a Kindle, but you can pencil on it.
Fancy.
I can do that on my iPad. It feels good.
This is the liquid, the like digital paper thing. So it actually like, it looks better in light. It's not a digital screen at all. It's books read. They look like a regular page. We'll be right back.
This episode is brought to you by the amazing people on patreon.com/calltheline, where you can get the show ad-free and you get the extended episodes where we do bonus shows, which is most of the time. Head over to patreon.com/calltheline and sign up today. Would you like to be one of the cool people who can
Welcome back. We've been talking about all kinds of stuff. Now we'll get to the all other ways you're getting fucked right now. And let's start with, did you see that there was a 4-year-old U.S. citizen fighting stage 4 cancer who got deported?
Oh my God.
Yes, I did.
I did not see that.
Yeah. So this from Latin Times, which don't get me wrong, I know that one side is not going to consider that a viable source. Latin Times, 2 Louisiana-based families filed a federal lawsuit against U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement for unlawfully deporting 3 U.S.-born children, including a 4-year-old boy, referred to as Romeo, battling stage 4 kidney cancer. So, you know, this all being about families and protecting kids and all of that kind of stuff. It turns out when you have a probably pedophile as president, children getting protected just doesn't end up being like a whole top priority thing. My camera's going to turn off in a second. Y'all talk. I'm going to have to fix that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Any
I mean,
thoughts?
like, Jimmy's pretty right. When you have somebody in charge who kind of only thinks about himself and doesn't think of people who don't look like him as human, like, he doesn't really, not only does he not give a fuck, but I think he is actively, like, not, it's like, you said it better than I did, but. Yeah.
And again, it's the same conversation with when they were talking about when they did overturn Roe v. Wade, and, you know, they were talking about how this is supposed to save children. And then, but also we don't care about giving them healthcare once they're born. And if their parents don't look the way that we want them to, or their parents weren't born in the US, then we're going to kick them out and we're not going to give them all of the tools that they need to succeed. We're going to care about children and then defund the Department of Education. We're going to care about children and then like no more free lunches for many of the children. It just like, it's so hypocritical. And it feels so like transparent to me that it's hypocritical, that you have to live in like such cognitive dissonance, like such like a little, like with horse blinders on for you to really not be able to see how that makes no sense.
Yeah. Like I know they just gutted PBS too. Like, did you see that, that they put that onto PragerU now? And then there was that cartoon. Dude, I only saw a little clip of it on Instagram, but there was this cartoon from PragerU, which is not a university, apparently. I only just found out that it was the thing. It's this cartoon of Christopher Columbus like rationalizing slavery, because at the time people saw it as, quote, no big deal. And the other quote was, it's better to be a slave than being killed. And they're showing that to kids instead of, So
instead of Sesame Street?
Yeah, basically, I don't know. But
PBS used to host like shows like that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's just so stupid. I also saw earlier that the Trump administration is saying that they have removed 300,000 illegal immigrants from the U.S. But these are all people who are obviously like kidnapped off the street, and we don't know if they are illegal or not because they didn't have any due process, and they're all just sitting in what's like basically concentration camps. So there's 300. This is not something to brag about. You have 300,000 people that you put into these little to proudly call it alligator Alcatraz on top of everything else is
oh my god.
Psychotic.
And out here in Nevada, I just saw that they're considering like our version of that being like called Coyote Compound. Like it's so unserious that it makes my stomach churn. Like they're putting like a silly little nickname on it.
I know. I like when they started selling merch. I remember my mom thinking like she was like, that can't be real, right? Like that's a joke. And I was like, it's not. Like it's really not. They're selling merch. People are buying it, and it's just something else. It's so
could you imagine if Auschwitz made merch?
These people would buy it.
I know.
Literally would buy it.
I think Auschwitz did make merch. It just took like 80 years to release, and I think they're red hats.
Oh, that's good.
They say, great again. I feel like if you squint, it even looks like it says "Make Auschwitz Great Again."
Right. It's horrifying.
You know those weird like AI pictures they make now where if you squint, you can see a different face?
No, I haven't seen that.
Well, I don't
really
know if
cool.
I've never seen an AI one, but I've seen those like optical illusions.
Yeah, and I think that's the technology they're using in the Make America Great Again hats.
Okay.
It's funny too. Whenever I see a dude in a super baggy like blue shirt with a long tie that's way too long, blue suit, long tie too long, like and big cankles, and I squint and I just see Hitler. It's crazy. And it's even a man who can't grow a mustache, and yet who do I see? Little mustache Adolf. That's who I see.
Little mustache Adolf. Did we talk about
how close Hitler's death day is to Trump's birthday? I know we haven't. And I've wanted to mention, I don't believe in reincarnation, but kind of now.
Well, yeah, a strong case is being formed.
It's happening.
I was gonna say, did we talk about Putin and Trump and their whole red carpet gala that they threw for themselves?
And Trump's hole during that red carpet gala?
His hole?
Yeah, I think you know what I'm saying. His hole. Trump showed Putin.
Which hole? Oh, nice.
It would seem. Do you say red carpet gala? The red carpet that it was white, but they dyed it red with the blood of Ukrainian citizens.
Good.
It's yeah. So I think what we're hearing is that Trump is trying to now pressure Zelensky, who is again in the right and was treated like shit by Donald Trump. But there's no video of Trump yelling at Putin the way he was yelling at Zelensky. We hold all the cards. You have no cards. None of those. Just Trump capitulating, and now wants to make sure that Ukraine doesn't seek Crimea, the return of Crimea. And what was the other condition? Oh, no entrance into NATO. In other words, Putin was like, what if we lock in some of our land gains and then make sure that we can go take a year off to regroup, buy new bullets and stuff, and then go do it again because they won't be in NATO? Like, why do you think he wants them not in NATO, you fucking idiot? I was going to call him a boob, but boobs are great. You fucking boob. That just feels mean to boobs.
I saw a lot of people talking about when they rolled out the carpet for Putin that there were U.S. soldiers like on their knees, their hands and knees to roll out the carpet, which they are. But I think like how else were they supposed to put it down? Like if they had to like put it down and like fix it. I don't know.
I don't think you roll out a red carpet. I think that's the whole thing. Donald Trump keeps doing these like ceremonious things that back in the day he used to get told don't do. So like when Putin fixed the last election so that he would win, which absolutely happened, unlike the rigged elections in America that the Republicans think happened. But when he rigged the election to win last time, one of the things the advisor said is like, it was a rigged election. It is very important when you call him, you do not congratulate him, even if you're acknowledging he'll be the head of state now. First words out of his mouth, just wanted to call and say, congratulations, you ran like a great presidential campaign. Like literally pretending he didn't know and sort of saying, oh my God, the camera went again anyway. Fucking shit. I don't know how this camera works, I guess. Thought I did. Yeah, it don't matter. I don't need a camera. Who needs to see my face?
Oh, okay. Anyway, yeah, like that's sort of the point. It's like don't really, who cares? Who cares that there were soldiers on their hands and knees? I mean, I guess we care, but it's also like they were putting down a carpet, and so like they had to put it down in a way that made sense for them to do it. The carpet shouldn't have been there at all. Actually, Putin shouldn't have been here at all. Yeah. Like he is not allowed to go to most other countries, and he was allowed here.
The soldiers thing reminds me, I know this happened a while ago at this point, but that little parade that happened on Trump's birthday, where they were like marching out of step and the tanks were squeaky. Like, I don't know. I feel like that shows me more about how the military feels right now than them just having to roll out a carpet. But I do understand, like, it's still like, it's a chilling sight either way that we're rolling this carpet out for Putin. There shouldn't have been a carpet. You're right, like, Putin shouldn't have been here. Why? Like, are they having an affair? like,
honestly, maybe.
I mean, Melania probably doesn't want him, so.
Oh, so of all of the things that this presidency has given us, I think the only thing that is like kind of like truly funny and like I will always think is funny is the way that Melania will like pull her hand away from Trump when he tries to grab it, or like the
pull
clip
away
where
from the kiss.
Yes, or there's a clip where he's like looking out into Jimmy Snow has stopped recording. Let's see. Something went wrong and they're not being recorded anymore. Everyone else is still being recorded. Okay. Well.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, Melania pulling away. I saw that she likes to wear wide brim hats. So it's like Trump like can't even really even lean in to kiss her. Yeah.
Hilarious. There's a clip where he like looks out into the crowd behind him and she's there and she's like smiling when he's looking at her. And the second he turns his head, she's like, it's so funny. And like that, I hold on to that little piece of this whole experience, this shitbag experience. Even like, so having Putin be here, the purpose of him being here was Trump wanted to talk about Ukraine and try and negotiate a deal to end the war, whatever. Also, he is so bad at negotiating deals. Like, he is not good at this. I don't understand how he was at any point in time, like any authority on negotiations, because he clearly fucking sucks at it. They ended up talking and did not come to any sort of resolution. So that was something that Trump promised on day one. He would have the war in Ukraine would end. And now we are at day 100 something. I don't know. And yeah, it has to be 100 something. And still nothing. Had Putin here, still nothing. So
it's like, is he just like bad at his job? Well, yes, but like, is it that, or is he being blackmailed? I'm starting to think that
he might not be. Look, guys, I don't want to be controversial here. I'm starting to think that Donald Trump might be a bad president.
Yeah, but, I know.
But I'm like, is it just that he's incompetent, or is he being blackmailed?
I don't know if he has to be blackmailed, because I think he actually like I don't see anything he's doing as something he can't convince himself is in his best interest. Because at the end of the day, he wants to be a dictator style president, king of America.
Did say that.
Right. And so like, I think in the future, it's just going to be like, well, I'm going to need allies when I ultimately try to like take this country by force. And it's not going to be Europe. It's not going to be NATO. They're not going to like the way I'm doing it. So, you know, me and Kim Jong-un will start making out again. Me and
Satan.
I'm not as worried about the soldiers getting on their knees to roll out the carpet as I am concerned about the president getting on his knees for Putin. That's a much bigger concern of mine.
Yeah.
Right.
It's gross. But yeah, it's I don't know. I don't even know what to say anymore about it's like another day and another distraction from the Epstein files, because Donald Trump is almost certainly a pedophile, because as far as this whole, we don't know for sure, he's just doing everything that looks like being a pedophile. Like if I was a pedophile,
the Epstein files don't exist.
Right. Are you still talking about Epstein, this guy who may or may not have fucked my wife?
Crooked Hillary.
That's the new scuttlebutt. That's the new rumor going around. That first, starting with, did you see Hunter Biden giving the interview to that YouTuber, who will let that guy remain nameless because he's kind of a piece of shit. But anyway, Hunter Biden like saying that Epstein is who introduced Melania and Trump, and Melania like is like threatening $1 billion lawsuit over it. And he has to apologize and retract it. So they do another episode, and Hunter Biden, like they saying it's $1 billion otherwise, unless you apologize and retract it. And Hunter Biden just goes, yeah, fuck that. Like, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's funny that like Hunter Biden too is like out there now being like, yeah, I like these new, more progressive candidates. Seems like he's a Mom Donnie guy. He's like, well, politically, I'm more on the like Bernie end of the spectrum, which is cute. I used to be only as left as Bernie once upon a time too, but right. We've moved. Man, Bernie was great until he wasn't. Bernie was an important part of my radicalization, right? And I hope he continues to radicalize others, and they don't spend too much time in his Zionism. You know.
Yeah, that was heartbreaking to find out.
It's just that. It's also like, I mean, my family's from New York. I like Brooklyn Jews. I just do. It's a strange thing to say, but I like a Brooklyn Jew. And that's what Bernie is. And I liked him so much because of that, because he reminded me of like, I had a lot of fake aunts and uncles from New York where I was like, I didn't find out till I was older, we're not related to them. And they were mostly like New York Jews. And I just had such affinity for him. And then he had to go Zionist with it, where I was like, but the other secular left-wing Jews aren't doing this Zionism. Like, why you specifically? This is out of that category. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do it, Bernie. You'd have all of these people. These people would all have your back. And even he's popping that way. I do, though. Do you got a lot of Brooklyn Jews around your part? I know it's a weird sentence to say. Yeah.
I don't think so.
No. Alyssa's in New York.
Oh, okay.
Not right now. I lived in Brooklyn, and when I lived in Brooklyn, the neighborhood right over from me had a huge Orthodox community. And they make great neighbors. They're very quiet, very chill. But no, like I went to high school in a very in a town that had like a lot of Jewish people. So I went to like 26 bar mitzvahs in my eighth grade year. I was busy. So I have a lot of friends who, I don't really have that many friends from high school at all anymore, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that answers your question. I feel like it doesn't, but
the letdown for me was like Bernie looked almost exactly like my favorite bishop from my Mormon church days, who wasn't like a piece of shit. He was like a good dude overall, just fell for the Mormon shit. He looked exactly like him, but he sounded like one of my favorite Jewish uncles. And he just had that like cadence of
He's comforting.
Yeah. And so I remember just like, I was like, I know it's parasocial, but I love you. I love you as a person. And I'm just like, he'd come out, he'd be like, we've got to talk about the 1%. And I'd be like, yes, uncle. Yes. Yes, we do. Oh my God. And then he's like, Israel has a right to defend itself, so we're going to give them more bombs to continue the apartheid. And you're like, well, that's not great. That sucks. You didn't have to do it, man. You didn't. No, it didn't have to be. It didn't. And granted, he's more critical, but it's just not.
It's not enough.
It's hard. Yeah. It's hard to let go. Where you're like, I cared about you, man. You were the chosen one. You were and now you've gone Sith.
Yeah, it's like feels like he was all we got.
Yeah.
For the most part. And now, wah.
And don't get me wrong, he's going to be an important part of whatever leftist legacy ever has a chance of actually having a political, future in this country if we actually could run somebody. But then even the people where it's like, obviously they're setting up AOC eventually to run. And I'm like, all right, I like her except for the little bit of Zionism.
Yeah.
A little bit of voting for those bills. That shit's getting tough. Meanwhile, as if any of it's going to matter, Gavin Newsom's literally going to be the next nominee for president. There's nothing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Speaking of all we got, Gavin Newsom.
Yeah. Let's do that after the break. Let's talk about our predictions for. We're going to pass the midterms. We'll go all the way to Jesus Christ. Find the button, Jimmy. Do your goddamn job. Let's go all the way to 2028. You know what would be fun is, do we believe that in 2028 Donald Trump will even? First, do we believe there will? Oh, it's on preview instead of live. My bad, people. Do we think that in 2028 there will be an election, or will something have happened? Because a lot of people are worried about that. Do we believe Donald Trump will be trying to run for a third term? Do we think Donald Trump will be in the runnings at all? Do we think Donald Trump will even be president at all? Do we think that Donald Trump's KFC gravy blood, he might have finally succumbed to it? What do we think is going to happen?
So many options.
I know. There's really any others you want to throw on there? Yeah.
For real.
Will JD Vance be the MAGA heir?
Will JD Vance drop his makeup routine?
That's when are we going to get what is it called? GTY.
Oh, get ready with me. I would get ready with me with JD Vance. I want to know how he does his eyeliner.
That's all when we come back. We'll be right back.
Would you like to be one of the cool people who can prove they were supporting this podcast right from the beginning? Well, you can. Head over to linemerch.com. That's linemerch.com and pick up some founders merch for The Line as a podcast that will only be available for a short time and features the rough draft drawn logo that soon will be updated to look less like it was drawn by a 3-year-old. That's linemerch.com.
We wanted to give you that ad break so you could sit there and be like, that rant about loving Brooklyn Jews felt weird. And we wanted to make sure you could decompress from it. And I admit, it probably felt weird to me too, because I'm like, I know the right way to express this, but I feel I'm doing it poorly. But we don't edit shit out except for names of people. So y'all enjoy. Anyway, here's 5 more minutes on how much I love a Brooklyn Jew. Brooklyn Jews, and it's important that they fit the stereotype. No, I don't know what to do from there. And actually, you know what's funny? As I'm thinking about it, I was like, I'm pretty sure most of the people I'm thinking of are more like Long Island Jews.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
Totally different group of people. Hugely, vastly different culture.
This is outside my realm of knowledge.
They've never even met. Yeah. What are they? And people, don't worry. I've got to drop a Jewish in me. What, Adeline? Would you just tell me, what are the Jews like in Vegas? What do you think of your local? What do you think of your local? It's just fun because it's this scenario where you're like, I'm so hard. What hole? People already call me anti-Semitic for, again, I got to drop a Jew in me being anti-Zionist. So, right. But it does, at a certain point, sound like overcompensation where when people are like, I do too like black people. I watch a lot of black porn. And you're like, yeah, that's not what that is. So that's a different thing. That's called fetishization. And so I'm over here being like, guys, the amount of Jewish porn I consume.
Oh my God.
It's zero. I don't think that exists.
I was going to say, what is Jewish porn like?
Which is interesting. All the other religions, and I'm talking about Judaism as a religion right now, not as an ethnicity, but all the other religions are represented. I, as an ex-Mormon, I can go find Mormon porn.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mormon porn is definitely a thing. I've seen
Catholic
that.
priest porn.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Catholic nun porn. Catholic priest porn, you're probably on a hard drive if you're looking at, or you're probably on a list somewhere if that's on your hard drive, just for the record.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think a lot of the Catholic priest porn is unofficially made, if you will. Fuck the Catholics.
There's even like pagan stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those sometimes somebody brings a smartphone to those orgies they have out in the woods. I hope they're getting consent release forms. That was the closest I came to converting to a theistic religion, where I was like, do I have to pretend, like, say I believe in the gods to go to the forest orgies? Are these, what's the Muslim porn? Definitely a thing. Mia Khalifa got very famous because of the taboo around Muslims, and then also for being underpaid, and a very good and easy example to point to why independent pornography is so superior to the systems that existed prior, which were so misogynist.
Wow, we circled right back to the beginning of the show.
Yeah, I felt like going on a tiny little soapbox. What other famous
little soapbox?
Put your favorite religion's porn in the comments if you would let us know which religious porn do you like. But I gotta say, the closest to any kind of Jewish porn I've ever seen are sex scenes on Curb Your Enthusiasm, one of my favorite TV shows of all time. I can't be anti-Semitic. I love Larry David.
Larry David's very
Some
funny.
of my best friends. I'm trying to remember who said it, but one time somebody said a joke that sounded kind of racist, and so he was trying to cover it. He's like, guys, I'm sorry, I can't be racist. Some of my best friends are racist. I thought that was a good response.
That is crazy. Oh my God.
Anyway, I love all Jews except for the Zionist ones. And that's on the basis of their Zionism.
For sure.
Yes.
Have you ever heard the Tim Minchin song Context?
No, but I would love to hear it.
It's really good. So the premise is that he accidentally like covered half of the lyrics with his like songbook. And so he's like, and so it sounds like he's like confused. He's playing the piano and he's singing, and it's just a lot of phrases of like, I don't like lesbians. I don't like bisexuals. I don't like do-do-do. And so in there's like, I don't like Jews. I don't like black people. And then it's like completing the actual lines, like, oh shit, I forgot the whole lyrics. And then it was like very specific things. It was like, I don't like lesbians who overcharge for contractor services, shit like that.
That's so funny.
Overcharge for contracting.
Most of them didn't fit into cliches. That one kind of does. Lesbians do overcharge as contractors. I don't know if anybody's noticed this, but I'm taking a hard stance here, and I'm going to start a website about it. Yeah, we're going to take down the big lesbian lobby, contractor lobby that is ruining this country. Anyway, I thought I'd just make everybody uncomfortable a second time, and I think I succeeded.
We were going to talk about president stuff, right?
Yeah, 2028. So who thinks Donald Trump is going to run?
I think he's going to try. Yeah. Oh, it would be funny if he got impeached and then tried anyway.
Yeah. I think between now and 2020, impeached and removed would be iconically amazing, which could happen. I think with all the gerrymandering fight that's going on right now, California is going to change their maps. It's looking like Texas is going to try, and then other states are going to follow. Right now, I think that senators and Congress people should be running on the basis that they intend to remove Trump, if for no other reason than the emoluments clause that he's, which I'm tired of people pointing out that they think I'm saying emoluments. My mouth can't say emoluments without throwing a little sound after the L. Emoluments. Emoluments.
You know what? I in general, this is like a different tangent for a hot second, just a branch of a tangent. I don't need everyone to correct me all the time. Sometimes you can just like listen to a person, right? Like sometimes you could just listen to a person pronounce something wrong and just like let it go. Why do you need to correct everyone? Like chill out. It's just
what's crazy is they keep also misspelling what I'm saying too, because they were like, it's emoluments, not emoluments. But I'm like, listen closely. I don't say emoluments either. I say emoluments. I throw an L, and the L's in there. you're adding an N where it doesn't belong. And that's more of a problem conservatives usually have.
It's a weird word.
No one for the N word.
Adding an L where it doesn't belong.
No, you're adding an N where it does. You're using an N when you shouldn't.
Oh, okay.
I was saying conservatives use the N word and they shouldn't.
I got it.
You're gay.
Did that?
I got it.
If I'm being,
We should delete this whole episode. Is that what we're thinking?
if I'm being honest, my brain is like, I actually don't know what this act is at this moment.
It's a part of the Constitution, and it's basically the part that lays out that you can't financially benefit from being president.
Oh,
and
okay.
He has broken it so many ways, but now to the tune of 40% of his current net worth, billions of dollars, using this meme coin that foreign entities are pumping money into to gain favor with him. It's like such a clear violation of the emoluments clause. I just can't. I people, you can see the way my mouth moves when I talk. You can tell I had a lisp when I was younger. I can't do every word. Okay, I'm not trying to bite in this with the stutter. Okay, turns out that stutter wasn't the answer to all of those things that was happening. But that is my unclever tongue can't do it all. Just ask my wife. Anyway.
Oh my god.
Self-burn.
Yeah, I don't even have a wife. I have a partner. Anyway, it was fun. We have fun here. We have fun. I want to do 10 more minutes on the Jews I like the most. Okay, so no, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't know whether or not Donald Trump will run, because I wonder if, like, with all the crazy things that are happening right now, all the construction, it's like a danger zone at the White House, and something might start to tip, and he might have to physically run from, like, maybe something tipping from the construction. And if he physically runs, I don't think he'll be able to run for president, because I think he will die. I think running 4 steps would kill that man.
I do wonder if by 2028 he will be, first of all, here at all.
Yeah.
But I also wonder if he will be well enough to even run by 2028. Like I wonder if by 2028 he'll have declined enough in his health that people will be like, maybe not.
Which it's going.
He's going to be like Jimmy Carter.
The stuff they tried to tell us a little bit ago should have cleared up, and yet he's still covering his hand in makeup. He's still he's got permacankles now. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
And I don't want to body shame anybody except Donald Trump. Those cankles. Woo. Yeah, buddy.
There was a really funny, I'll see if I can find it. It was a really funny TikTok that I saw of someone like playing the news segment of like the health update when we got it the first time, and it's like the background is like dance music and they're just like slow motion dancing, and it's just so fun. I do really enjoy the camaraderie of the internet from time to time. Like in moments like that, I'm like, we are so funny. But most of the time the internet is a fucking hellhole.
Have you seen the newer Sony animated Spider-Man where they had Kingpin, and Kingpin's just this giant like boulder of a person, and his legs are like these big round things, but they come down to a point essentially, and he's just got little teeny tiny feet?
I have not seen that.
I think that's him. I could be thinking of a different animated character, but I'm pretty sure it's. But anyway, that's basically his feet look like Betamax people. Y'all remember Betamax? Big blow up thing from some movie that was Pixar huge years ago.
I'm gonna Google this.
Yeah, I think Betamax has that thing.
Another thing that when I was watching a clip of Putin and Trump on their glamorous red carpet.
I think I got the name wrong. It might not be Betamax. Sorry.
I was looking at how Putin is really short. Actually, he's not that short, but like he looks very short next to Trump,
he's like 5'7", 5'8".
Yeah, he's 5'7".
For a guy, he's short. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not like really short. He's just like maybe shorter than average a little bit, but he next to Trump, I was like, this is really funny because he's so obviously not the 6'4" that he says he is. If Putin is 5'7", and
it's
Trump is like
Baymax for people who have been Googling. It's Baymax, B-A-Y.
Oh, from Big Hero. Big Hero 5 or
he has
Big
no
Hero
discernible feet. His ankles completely consume them. Yeah.
Except Baymax is cute.
Oh, adorable. Baymax for president, 2028.
Yeah.
Go on. Sorry, Alyssa.
No, it's okay. I was just talking about how it's very clear that someone's lying about their height, and I think we know who it is.
Oh, yeah. Well, and Obama and Trump have stood next to each other. I think Trump says he's 6'3" or 6'4". Obama is like documented 6'2", and Obama is slightly taller than Trump, and Trump wears lifts in his shoes, right? So it's like, you're not 6'4". It's so weird. It's a weird thing that people lie about, but then I've had the reverse happen. I have a brother who is obsessed with just shitting on me and telling everybody that like my whole life is a lie. And one of the things he tells people is that I lie about my height and that I have never broken 6 foot. And I'm literally like, this is the dumbest lie. Anybody come over with a measuring tape. I am 6'2" on the dot, like on the tape where the line is. That's exactly how tall I am. So I also can see Donald Trump, and I know you can't really tell. And in fact, people tend to think, if they've only seen video of me, that I'm short until they meet me in person. It's the first thing I always hear is like, oh my God, you are tall.
I get the opposite.
What's that?
People think I'm tall, but then they see me and I'm not.
I was going to say, I would have probably put you at like 5'5".
Alyssa, do you have a guess?
Well, now you said that people overestimate what your height is. Maybe like 5'2".
Right, I'm 5'3".
Okay,
but like a lot of the
Split
pictures
the
I take of a lot of the pictures I take of myself are a little bit. They're either at eye level or a little bit lower because I just like how that makes me look.
You also look like you wear boots, like
I do sometimes,
punk boots kind of thing. Yeah,
yeah. I got some platform heels, but anyway, we were talking about presidents with overcompensation issues.
Yeah, but I like this topic more. So wait, I have to know, if the average man is 5'11", are male porn stars usually taller or shorter than that?
I don't know. I feel like I obviously I have experience in the professional porn industry, but it wasn't like my main thing. I was only like in an agency for a few years, and now I just do stuff independently when it's convenient for me. So I don't feel like I have an accurate scope of the height of the average male porn star, because there are a lot of tall guys, like, like Johnny Sins is one of the first male porn stars I worked with. He was one of the reasons I wanted to join porn, because I thought he was so pretty. But But
I have the opposite effect on YouTubers.
You make people run away from the platform.
Like, if he can succeed, I don't want to be in that.
But there's also a lot of short kings in porn, which works out because, like if I'm 5'3", a 5'8" guy still looks tall next to me, and if he has like a 6-inch penis, then it still looks way bigger than it might actually be on camera. But
wait, so how tall is Johnny Sins?
He's like at least 6 feet, or at least in the area. Yeah, he's a tall man.
I'm gonna
wait. Actually,
he is really pretty.
It looks like he is 6 feet on the dot.
Okay, but
I will say this. That's probably a self-reported number. I doubt somebody has measured to confirm, which means he's 5'11" and a half.
I don't know.
If there's something I know about people who say they are 6 feet tall, no one is 6 foot tall.
I haven't seen him in years, so I know he felt really tall, but I'm also 5'3", so
right.
Wait, how tall do you think I am?
5'7".
You're gonna make her day.
Wait, Jimmy, do you know how tall I am?
Aren't you like 5'1"?
Yeah, I'm 5'1".
Oh,
aren't you
shit.
like teeny tiny? Yeah.
Barely 5'1". I'm like kind of more like between 5 feet and 5'1".
People always guess Promise incorrectly, because Promise sort of like, especially like a lot of the shots she does, she's very slender and like kind of creates long lines. And so people always think she's like wicked tall, and she's apparently, I think she might be 5 feet. Isn't she shorter than you?
Yeah, I think we're No, I don't think she's shorter than me, but I think we're around the same.
I'd say, yeah.
Like 5'1".
Promise, Adalind is often our third host, but has been in Finland for the last couple months, and so we have been able to have. Yeah. She's kind of escaping. Getting out. We're all jealous. It's like we love you, but we hate that you got out. Like, Do you have survivor's guilt? Because if you don't, I'd like to give you some.
Right.
If we could make sure you do, that'd be great.
She looks so calm and happy. She's like in the middle of writing a book and her deadlines are insane and she's doing so much work. She looks like the healthiest, glowiest I've ever seen her. I'm like, wow, she just left the country and she looks great.
I'm glad she's feeling it because I think, or like appears that way. Whenever I text her, it's like, hey, we may have an opening. She's like, I can't, I'm not getting any sleep. Writing this book is murdering my life. She's
right.
Like,
but
as soon as it's done, first
like,
I have to go on vacation from my vacation.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. It's like, I know that her like day to day is actually quite stressful, like with everything she has going on, and she still looks better. Better. She looks that like calmer now.
It's making her healthier because those outhouses are so much cleaner than American toilets are.
Yeah, in the air. And I've been to Finland once. It's beautiful.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
I want to go. It looks really beautiful. Also, Jimmy brought up the outhouse because one time him and I had like the most pointless argument about the outhouse.
Yep.
And it's like literally both of us can be like a little, I don't know if like stubborn is the right word. For me, it's stubborn. I don't know if it's stubborn for you, but like I can be really stubborn. And I
can be really, really autistic because I am really autistic. I'm going to go with autistic. Now if you say it as a character flaw, you're ableist.
I don't have a diagnosis to really defend my stubbornness. I just had a dad who was a pain in the ass.
Trauma counts as a diagnosis.
Yeah. But anyway, we had like a really stupid.
You just made a lot of Redditors' day, Adalind. Trauma counts as diagnosis. Oh my God. I think Donald Trump will probably be too old to actually run. I think they'll try and MAGA. I think that Stephen Miller is going to be the de facto president of the next MAGA. I just don't think that he'll be the face of it because I don't think he could because his face sucks so bad. His face is so bad. But he's the real president right now. He's the president behind the president, him and Peter Thiel. So I think him, Peter Thiel, to some degree, they'll probably bring Elon back in and JD, but then possibly members of the Trump family will try to pick who the next crazy guy is to carry their torch. I'm hoping it fails. It's probably going to be somebody that is the likes of like Dan Bongino or something. I don't think they'd go full Alex Jones, but Dan Bongino could probably fill the role okay.
I can't think about Alex Jones without thinking about turning the frogs gay.
Okay, which is again like, how does that work? Because frogs
the chemicals in the water
their gender based on if they need to have eggs or not. Like
that's why I became non-binary.
That's right. That's right. If you had said the water turning the frogs trans, that would have had a way better. But instead, you're saying that these frogs that can change their sex rather than their gender to have babies are literally like both instead being boys and fucking each other. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
It's like, it also reminds me of the vaccines and autism. Like, there's a tweet that I make every so often. It's like, vaccines don't cause autism, but I wish they did.
I'd be pumping them more.
Yeah.
We are superior to the rest of you. I don't know if everybody knows that, but I'm an autist supremacist. A suprative. There's a way to combine these words together, but I don't have that type of autism to tell you what it is. Somebody else will nail it. Anyway, everything's terrible and the world's on fire, and I think I'm done. Y'all give your 28 predictions. I think Gavin Newsom will probably run, and I think will win, despite the fact that it's looking like they're going to try to stop elections from happening and rigging things with gerrymandering for the congressional stuff and all of that shit. I actually think there's probably a pretty good chance if you had to call who's going to be the president, who's going to win and be president on January 20th, 2029, I'd say right now Gavin Newsom looks like he's going to be the president.
I would take it.
Yeah.
I would take it over what we got going on right now. And for the record, I don't think AOC is going to run. At least not in 2028. I don't think she's going to run. I don't think
Adeline, I hope we become better friends, because if Alyssa had said I would take it, I'd have made a joke. But with you, I was like, we're not that close yet. But I will.
Give it time.
But I will. Yeah.
Give it time.
Yeah.
It would have been, you just have to learn your comfort level with a person. It's all that. Anyway, sorry. Oh, wait, we have to play outro music. In the bonus show, we're going to be talking more about porn, honestly. Like, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be...
I'm good at talking about that.
Porn questions. And people, please let us know how much you loved Adalind in this episode to encourage her to come on our other projects and do some more stuff with us. We want to trigger some, oh shit, I gotta turn that fucking thing down. It's way blasting my ears. We want to bring her on to some of the call-in stuff specifically to annoy right-wing people.
I'm good at that.
Yeah. Q&A with a porn
You
star.
have to come on Chewed Gum.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Oh my God.
Yes.
People love my flag.
Yes. Sorry, that's the show. I hit the logo too late.
God.
There it goes.